Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Holly. I make food and fitness content, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. We are bringing back a style of video that I lent into very heavily last year, and I really haven't done them at all this year. So last year I used to do activewear reviews. I would do ridiculously sized orders from activewear brands and basically just talk about whether I rated it or whether I slated it. Now, I wanted to bring this video back, but I wanted to add maybe a different layer of spice to it and actually compare a few activewear brands, maybe everybody's favorite activewear brands within the space of one video. So I've selected 7 of what I would personally refer to as the ones that I most commonly hear about, I most commonly see about, and the ones that you guys most commonly ask me about in terms of like sizing, quality, and is it worth it? Because the whole point of this video is basically me talking about whether it is actually worth you guys investing money into their activewear. I know activewear is expensive. I know it's not something we can just like fork out a bunch of money on. So when we're making these choices, sometimes it does feel a little bit hard because there is a lot of brands out there and they are offering a lot of stuff. And there is nothing worse than when you invest in a pair of leggings and they cost you around 60, 70 pounds, which they can nowadays, and they turn up and the quality is crap, the sizing is off, they're sheer, they don't feel nice, they don't flatter your body. Like, that is very, very annoying. So I am hopefully going to create this video and we're going to eliminate some of that stress from you guys, and I'm going to be telling you exactly what brands are worth it and what brands aren't. Now, I work in the activewear industry. I am a fitness influencer. I work with activewear brands. I do work with some of these brands. So I'm kind of putting myself in hot water here, kind of putting my neck on the line a little bit, but if I always strive to be anything on my channel, it is completely honest with you guys, and I'm always very, very ruthless and very honest with my activewear opinions, because honestly, what is the point in me lying? Because that is so annoying, and I would never, ever, ever want you guys to waste your money on something that I don't personally feel is worth it. Now, aside from being an influencer in the activewear space, you're probably thinking like, Holly, what authority do you have to be passing these opinions? Now, let me give you some credentials. So number 1, as mentioned, I'm a fitness influencer. I get sent a pretty high abundance of activewear. I also purchase a very ridiculous amount of activewear. It would probably get to the point where I am an activewear addict, I would probably say. So I have worn and trialed and tested a lot of brands and a lot of activewear, which you know, does kind of give me some authority within the space, purely based on like my personal overconsumption. And number 2 is I actually, prior to working in this space, I actually have a degree in fashion buying and merchandising, which if you have studied fashion buying, you'll know it's a lot to do with product. It's buying product, it's actually helping like design and create product. And aside from that, I had 2 roles within the buying industry, one of which was for a fashion brand, and I did do some little bits on activewear here and there. So I do have that kind of behind the scenes of a brand knowledge, as well as being an actual consumer myself. I do genuinely feel like when I was selecting what brands to work with, I could have chosen about 50, but I have, like I said, narrowed it down to 7. So today we're going to be talking through Honor Active, We Are Tala, Gymshark, Lululemon, MP Activewear, Ryderwear, and finally CSB, which is also known as Crop Shop Boutique. The deep dives that I've done on these brands in order to do this video, because I have ordered product from the new end. However, I know that you cannot compare one brand's gym collection to another brand's running collection, and also these brands are fairly different in some respects. So I really wanted to cover them like as a whole and not kind of focus in on like specific pieces. Saying that, I have got new pieces, so I am going to be showing you like pieces from their collections as I talk through them, just because that's a little bit more interesting. But I'm not comparing collection to collection here. I'm just comparing the overall brands and their offering and their sizing and their pricing, all of that, to the other brands that I have. I don't know why I'm doing so many hand movements today, but anyway, let's just crack straight into it. We're gonna start hot with Honor Active. Can we just talk about starting strong? Like, I literally feel like a little Powerpuff Girl in this outfit. Like, it is giving bubbles right now. I have just put this on my body for the very first time. I feel like this with a lot of Honor Active. Like, you just put it on and you were just like, okay, like, what have you done here? I don't know what you've done, but I bloody love it. So this is a new in colorway. So style of bra isn't new, but the style of shorts is. This is their 2-in-1 more functional style training short. I love these. They even have like little zip pockets. So they're not specifically called run shorts. They haven't been able to call them that, I think, because of differences in the technicalities. However, they are essentially a running short. I haven't actually taken them for a spin yet, so I can't speak on how good they are for endurance sport yet, but I will definitely be doing that over the next few weeks and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I do absolutely love this, and there is no better feeling than when you put on a gym set and you're actually like, oh, I'm kind of like feeling myself here, because I feel like confidence in activewear means that you're going to feel confident out on your run, you're going to feel confident in the gym, and you're going to feel confident whatever activity that you're doing. I don't know if it's apparent through my content, through the way I've just spoken about the brand, but I could scream and shout in the most positive way about Honor Active all day long. I genuinely am in the biggest chokehold by the brand. I'm sure you guys have seen through my content. I wear the Activewear religiously. It is basically my kind of go-to gym brand, I would say, at the moment. And it's for those reasons I gave you earlier. When you put Honor Active on, I feel so flattered and so complimented by the pieces that I always feel confident when I'm in the gym, and that is exactly what you want from activewear. And there's a number of components that add up to me feeling this way in this gym kit, and that is the quality of the fabric. I know it's going to support me through the gym. The fit is flattering. Honor Active is very clearly designed by women for women, and the colorways are just like so cute. I love them, and I feel like that's something they do really, really well. They have an incredible color palette across all of the styles they bring out. So they'll bring out a style of sports bra like so, but they're not just going to drop 2 or 3 colorways. Like they're dropping like 7 or 8, and then they build on that with different collections. They're constantly updating their colors, and I think that's what keeps the brand exciting, because you can fall in love with a style and you know that in a few months time you're going to get that style in a whole different colorway. And I even go as far as to say like they do like trending colorways, because this is a colorway that I'm going to be wearing through summer and probably winter as well. If we sit and talk about sizing as well, they offer from an XS to an XXL, which I feel like is pretty standard across the industry. They're also a super inclusive brand. They show a lot of different body types and body shapes throughout all of their marketing, which I absolutely love. Now, if we crack into pricing, I do know that some people feel like Honor Active is on the slightly higher end of the activewear pricing. With that, I will say I do understand that. Like, it's not cheap activewear. However, if you're paying a low price for activewear, you're going to be getting a low quality. But I do feel like with Honor, the price you're paying is a complete reflection of the quality that you are receiving. And obviously, if you're paying for quality, you're going to be wearing these pieces time and time again. I recycle some of my Honor pieces literally week in, week out. I put them through the wash, I put them through the wringer, and they are absolutely fine. I don't ever have any faults in them. They never rip, they never tear or anything like that. If I had to say one hang up that I have about the brand, it is that they don't have a running collection. That is the one thing that I think if you combined my favorite activity with Honor Active, I just feel like that would be such a force to be reckoned with. But obviously I feel like maybe them bringing out these 2-in-1 shorts is a move in that direction, and they are maybe seeing that like a lot of us girls are doing more functional stuff and a lot more running now. So hopefully that's something that they would look into in the future. So yeah, if we had to say rate it or slate it, if it isn't obvious by now, Honor Active is definitely a rate it, and it's definitely a brand that I feel like is so worthy of you trying out a few pieces from. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about Tala, and I do have some of the Tala Form Tech running collection here to try on for you guys. These are, again, new in pieces. They dropped Form Tech, I think, for the first time last year, and it's a more technical running collection that they've done. And they also dropped this jacket, which I haven't actually tried on yet. I don't know if this is very me. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this is a really cool jacket, but I just don't know if it's something that I would necessarily wear loads. I definitely wouldn't run in it. I feel like maybe it's more of like a fashion piece. It feels like it'd be like maybe like a little bit too thick for running, but again, in like the English winter, maybe that's perfect. Like I'm literally looking outside in the sunshine, so that's probably why I think I would die of like claustrophobia if I was wearing this to run. But yeah, these are Form Tech pieces. I raved about this collection last year. It is absolutely great. It's so technically designed. You can tell that they've really designed it with runners in mind. It's got all of the functionalities that you would need for running. Even the sports bra is super high spec. You have this like zip front, and then without me completely flashing you, you've also got like a little clip there so you can clasp it even more, and they do have this internal covering so the zip is not rubbing against you. And then you have got the shorts, which are also similar to the Honor ones. These are 2-in-1s, but these are designed for running. And I want to start really strong here, and I want to say Tala genuinely has to be one of the highest quality brands out there. Like, they do not fault on their quality. Pieces that I've had from Tala for years, I still rinse and repeat and wear, especially their Dayflex collection. The Dayflex collection just is so robust. Like, I've had the shorts from that collection for, oh my goodness, just the longest amount of time. I've probably put them through the wash like 30 times. I've worn them out on runs, and they are just still such high quality. They also do incredible sweat collections every year. You guys probably see me living in my Tala hoodies, like the thick scuba sweats that they do. they are just so good. They do amazing swimwear, they do amazing basics, you can get bodysuits, they even do like work trousers. If you're like me, you probably have seen Tala grow literally from Grace's baby when she first ever announced it on YouTube and shot their first ever campaign, all the way through to what it is now, which has just been so fun to see it develop in front of our eyes. Now, there is one thing that I will say about Tala as a brand, is that personally as a consumer, and especially somebody that buys so much activewear, Tala isn't necessarily the brand that I would head to straight away if I needed a running outfit or if I needed a gym outfit. And that isn't to say that they don't have an exceptional product line in those things. And the reason I feel that way is because they have diluted their product pool quite a lot over the past few years. They offer quite a wide range of things. You would have heard me earlier say they do great swimwear, they do great sweat sets, they do coats, they do workwear, they do basics, they do running stuff, they do gym stuff. Now, that's not me saying that they're doing too much stuff and those things aren't good quality, because across every category, I would say they do very, very well. And I love each of those pieces. I just feel like as a consumer, maybe sometimes I feel a little bit confused by the brand because they do such a different variety of product. And even when I kind of went on the website to research for this, I was a bit thrown by the amount of different products that Tala offer, but I'm not on the behind the scenes of the brand. There's definitely method behind what they're doing, and it obviously works very well for them, because to be able to create product across that many different categories and be so great in that many different categories is in itself a huge success. But again, that is my personal opinion, and that's definitely not a reason for me to be sat here like, oh, I slate it, because actually it's, like I said, incredible to be able to do so many different things so well. And for that reason, Tala is definitely still a rate. I've been wearing Tala since the beginning of my journey, and I will be wearing it all the way through. Okay, now we're going on to Crop Shop Boutique. So I don't know if Crop Shop Boutique is as widely known of a brand compared to brands like Gymshark and Honor and Tala. However, I wanted to show and display because Crop Shop Boutique is an Australian-owned brand, and it's owned by Rachel Dillon, who is an Australian influencer, which means it's an Australian-based brand. So when I lived in the UK, I would always see the pieces and I would be like, oh my goodness, I really want to order them. However, items, I believe, are non-returnable, and also if you're ordering from Australia, shipping time is long, shipping time is expensive, and you're probably going to have to pay customs fees as well. So I was always like, oh my goodness, I don't know whether I want to order it, because like, is it even worth it? What if it turns up and it doesn't fit, or it's not nice quality? So that's why I wanted to include it in case any of my UK girlies are on the fence about ordering it. Hopefully this can help you kind of make your decision. So this is one of their new sets. This is like so soft, like it's giving me Lululemon Align feels. Also the colorway is so cute. I feel like a little piece of sherbet in this. This is one of their gym pieces. So I've got a sports bra on here, and then obviously like the short cycling shorts. These are like a scrunch bum cycling shorts, so they're super, super flattering, and the bra is also really flattering in the back. I did actually order like a few different pieces from the brand as well, one of which is this gorgeous unitop. And then I did also grab this gorgeous sports bra. I love the like contrast on this, and the detailing in the back is phenomenal. We've got a lovely pair of black leggings, and then I did also buy this set too, which I think is the cutest colorway of blue. Brands are really like coming through with the colorways at the moment. This is kind of like a bit of like an acidy wash, and these are the exact same length of the shorts that I have on currently. The product selection they have on site is actually great. They have so many different like silhouettes, styles and shapes, and I feel like they are very, very flattering pieces, and that was what I was kind of a little bit hung up on. I was worried that pieces were going to arrive and not have that kind of like stretch in them. Like, you know when you order activewear and it's like tight and it's stiff and it doesn't like mold around your body. I was a bit scared that it was going to give me that sort of vibe, because in my personal opinion that just means it's not very high quality. I will say I was so surprised by the quality. Like I said, when I put this on my body, I was like, it's giving Lulu Align vibes, and that is the material that literally just molds to your body, but it's also like so like buttery soft. I'm just gonna say, and I'm gonna put it out there, if I was in the UK, I think there are brands that offer similar product ranges and similar product styles that you could probably have access to without having to pay the shippings and the customs fees. That is the only hang up, in my opinion, from the pieces that I've seen so far. I think CSB, the pieces are beautiful, they're stunning, they're very Instagrammable. However, I would say, in my opinion, it's more of a fashion-led activewear brand, which I don't think is a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's great. I think their pieces are beautiful. They're gonna make you feel good. If I'm heading off to Pilates, this is the brand that I'm reaching for. But in terms of functionality, I wouldn't be wearing it to do any form of endurance sport. I wouldn't be doing high rocks in it, and I probably wouldn't be running in it. Okay, now we're gonna get onto one that everybody knows, Gymshark. So this is actually from the Gymshark Adapt collection. Now this isn't necessarily a newer in piece. I probably had this set for a good few months now, but I'll jump into why for that in a second. But this is genuinely one of my favorite pieces from Gymshark. I absolutely adore this like style and this sports bra. The one thing I'm gonna say is why do I have one bum cheek? Like, this is, and I'll crack into this a little bit more, one of the things that does frustrate me a little bit with Gymshark is why have we not figured out how to design a really beautiful pair of shorts, because from the front these are absolutely beautiful, but why have we not learned how to design them a little bit more flattering so they don't just give you one bum cheek at the back? And I'm not saying that every pair of shorts needs to be a scrunch bum, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, you know, it could separate the cheeks a little bit better. Okay, so we all know Gymshark has been around for absolutely years. I feel like it has been on this absolute pedestal, and trust me, Gymshark for so many years was the only activewear brand that I would wear. Like, going through university, I would save up all my money, and when the Gymshark sale would come around, I would literally splash all of my cash on as many pieces as I could get my hands on, because I was so obsessed with the brand. Now, over the past few years, I'm gonna say this, Gymshark have some pieces that are my absolute ride or dies. These 2-in-1 shorts I wear constantly for running. These are absolutely great. And in fact, a lot of the running pieces that you'll see me in, especially over the winter, because they do great long sleeves. If we're talking about quality and we're talking about Gymshark, I will say they do have a very high quality of product. I have worn those running shorts for half marathons, really long training runs, and they've always carried me through, and I've never had to replace them. You guys will also know I wore their high impact sports bras religiously throughout my running journey at the beginning. I did have to trade a few of those out. The clasp on the back did kind of wear and tear, so that's kind of the only negative I would say about those. But as far as the way they're designed, they are a great sports bra, and they will hold you in for whatever distance you're trying to do. And in terms of pricing, I will say you are paying for what you get, but if you can hold out for their annual sales and just do a massive bulk order, it is so worth it. They put so much stuff on such a high discount, and you get some really great pieces, and that's exactly what I used to do. I just used to wait till the annual sales, like Black Friday, which will absolutely pop off. They go absolutely mental. Black Friday is a great time of year to be stocking up on your Gymshark pieces. I don't feel like they are where they once were. I don't hold Gymshark up to as high a standard as I used to. I feel like a lot of other brands have come along now, and they are a lot more tailored to female activewear. Again, I'm going to use Honor as an example. Honor Active has come along, and I personally feel like I would lean way more towards Honor than I would Gymshark. So yeah, I feel like it does hurt me a little bit to say this, because like I said, I've been such a loyal Gymshark customer. I work with the brand because I do truly believe that some of their pieces are absolutely great, and the running pieces that they do, like, I will tell you guys to go and buy those shorts time and time again, and those sports bras time and time again, because they have supported me through my running journey, and I feel like they are great. Now we're gonna move on to MP Active. This is actually the first time I've put these leggings on, and I love a crisscross waist pair of leggings anyway, but these are so freaking soft. And I just have the like kind of simple all black sports bra on. This is it from the back. This is such a good like staple activewear set. You guys have probably seen me wearing a lot more MP Active this year, and that is because they have truly stepped up. Now, MP Active is actually part of My Protein, if you didn't know that, so it's kind of like their branch of activewear that they're doing. Fun fact about this is MP Active and My Protein have actually been creating activewear for a fairly long time. And if we're being completely honest, it's not activewear that I've ever previously worn, just because I never really felt like the fit and the quality was up to standard. However, like I've just mentioned, they have stepped up. And I mentioned this last year, and I said that MP Active are one of the brands to watch. And I've learned firsthand from the product team how they are investing in their product. And I've seen the product collections that they have coming up. And it gets me excited talking about it, because I truly feel like they are one to watch in the industry. And that's for a few reasons. Number one, because the stuff that they have brought out so far is amazing. Like, for running, I absolutely love the pieces. The quality, the fit, and the feel is amazing. It feels, and these leggings literally feel like Lululemon. Like, I think if you were to do a blind test and put these on, you wouldn't be able to feel any differently. They actually released a tempo like BBL jacket just like Lulu's. I actually gave my Lulu one away to one of my friends, and I kept the MP one because I was like, I actually prefer the MP Active jacket over the Lulu jacket. That is how high the standard of pieces that they're bringing out is. Now, the other reason I feel like they are one of the ones to watch is because of the price. So price on site might not necessarily instantly be like, oh, okay, that's an amazing deal. However, One thing that My Protein and MP do incredibly is they do discounts amazingly. They will do huge discounts across site, and that will mean that this activewear is substantially reduced, and that isn't something that happens very rarely. Like, they do these big discounts quite a lot, and that is why I truly feel like if you can get your hands on these pieces when they've got these discounts on, you are getting some of the highest quality and standard of activewear for some of the lowest prices, which is just mind-blowing. I think if I had to, you know, give the negatives, because I think it's really important to talk about the positives and the negatives, my one negative of the brand would be that there just isn't enough product at the moment. Maybe that is just me being greedy, because I feel like they have truly only just gotten started, but the stuff that they are bringing out, if this is just the beginning, like, you know, it's only going to get better. So Dear MP Clothing, 2 requests from me. 1 more product, and 2 is more colorways. I feel like because, again, they're just getting started, we've got a lot of black and white on site, but I'm like dying to see some of these pieces in some like brighter colors, maybe some summer colors, maybe some pinks, maybe some blues. Mark my words, I do truly feel like this is a brand that is going to come into the industry, and with their pricing structure and the quality and the designs that they have, and I've seen some of the designs that are coming up, I feel like it is going to be, yeah, absolutely one to watch. Okay, when I was making this video, I was like, oh no, I have to go and buy some new and Lululemon pieces because I need them for the video. Purely the world's biggest excuse just for me to go down to the Lululemon store and buy some new pieces. But can we just talk about the color selection that they are currently offering? They've got some like new in. These are new in. They do this in the BBL jacket. Personally, for me, it's a little bit too bright, but I feel like 2-3 years ago, I probably would have absolutely died for that jacket. And then I have also got the Lulu Align vest here that I'm not gonna bother putting on, but these vests, if you need a running, like skin tight vest top, these are the ones for you. I'm in the biggest chokehold. I think I have this top in like 7 different colors, and then I have the Hottie Hot 4-inch shorts on here. These again are another absolute favorite for running. Definitely more of like a short distance running, because for me, I have thicker thighs, so my thighs do rub together in the middle, and I do get chafing. So if I was wearing these for like over 7K, it's not gonna look good down there. Like, it's gonna be a little bit torn up. I don't know if I've made it increasingly obvious by now, but I am a Lulu girl. I am Lulu born and bred. I feel like I've always loved Lulu, but they truly got me in that little activewear chokehold when I started running. Lulu is my go-to brand for running clothes. They just are so incredibly designed, and I think Lulu obviously is a huge brand. They have a lot of investment. They have the top designers to design these pieces, but every running piece with Lulu is designed so perfectly and so functionally, especially their winter pieces. Like, if you are living in a colder country, in a colder climate, and you need good winter running pieces that are gonna last you through every single winter, Lulu is that brand. Like, they are so perfectly designed. I've definitely spoken a lot about them through the winter. I think I did an activewear haul for them, and I went through all of their like winter leggings, their winter running tops, their winter snoods. Like, they just have got that shit on lock. I think it's maybe because it's a Canadian-based brand, so they probably have to fight with the winter a lot there. But saying that, their summer stuff is also really great. These Hottie Hot shorts are amazing for running. Their Align shorts, which are not designed for running, are actually designed for yoga, are actually one of my favorite running shorts, and I wore them for, I think, my first marathon. I don't think I wore them for my second, but I wear them for a lot of my long runs, and they do not budge and they do not go anywhere. They are so good, even if they're not designed technically for running. Now, Lulu's biggest hang up, I will probably say, is the fact that it is a more expensive activewear brand, and it's really hard for me to be like, oh, it's so worth it, because I do know that Lulu is one of those brands that just is kind of above a high price point. Like, I remember saving up all of my money to get a pair of Lululemon Align leggings. Like, they are just that much higher in price point compared to brands like MP Active and compared to brands like Gymshark, but I will say they are a step above the rest, in my opinion. Like, Lulu is kind of on that like higher up pedestal, and that is why it is more expensive, because it is just so good and the quality is also so amazing. But I will just say that the pricing does make it not that accessible. So for me to sit here and be like, oh my goodness, it's the absolute best, like you all need to buy it, like I know that's not, you know, reasonable. I do personally love Lulu. I do definitely see the worth in investing in it. Like the Lululemon, how many times have I said Lululemon throughout this portion of the video? The Lulu leggings that I have, that I've had through the winter, I've now had for like 3 or 4 winters, because once you have them, they're like yours for life. They're not pieces that you're gonna have to like exchange out every winter. Like, they are just gonna be yours for the long run. Okay, so this last one I did go out on a little bit of a whim, and the reason why I wanted to try and include Ryderwear in this haul is because I feel like Ryderwear was like that brand at a moment in time. I feel like it was probably like the first year coming out of lockdown. I used to buy Ryderwear sets all the time. Like I was so obsessed with them. And then I feel like they just kind of fell off the map. And when I was kind of collating the brands that I wanted to do for this video, I was like, wow, like Ryderwear really would have been up there. And I was like, I wonder why. I just feel like they kind of fell off. And then I put the set on and I kind of realized. The first thing I'm gonna say is when I put on this bra, I was like, oh my goodness, the colorway is so nice. However, the padding in the bra just isn't really sitting very nicely. The shorts as well, like I'm not like absolutely obsessed with the fit. They do have a very obvious scrunch bum, and I feel like if you're gonna do a scrunch bum, it kind of needs to be discreet because otherwise it just sits like on the top of your butt crack and just looks like funny. Like that's not sat scrunching where it needs to be scrunching, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know, I just put this on and I was a bit like, oh. Don't get me wrong though, I do love like this color of bra, and I probably will still wear this just because I like the colorway. I feel like I will be returning these shorts. I'm not a fan of them. I think they're a very similar vibe to the Honor Active Effortless, and the Honor Active Effortless are just like 7 steps above. I feel like every portion of this video I'm like referring back to Honor as a comparison, but that is kind of like where I'm holding the standard at the moment. I don't want to sit here and like completely slate the brand. I just think that I can kind of see why I've stepped away from wearing them so much, and even from putting on this one set, it kind of reminds me of like why I did, because I think there's just so many better brands out there doing activewear like that much better, that is where your money is better spent. On that negative note, unfortunately, that does conclude today's Rate It or Slate It, and I will be saying with Ryderwear, unfortunately, I will be slating it. I feel like this has mostly been positive, and I feel like hopefully it's given you a little bit of insight into brands, what they're offering at the moment, like what I'm personally loving. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. One thing I will say with this is I am a UK size 8/10. I'm also 5'5". I'm not necessarily considered tall. I'm not necessarily considered small. You might have a different body shape to me. You might have completely different opinions to me based on your body type and shape, and I just want to open this up and say I'm really open to hearing these. I don't want this to be like Holly's opinion is, you know, Bible for this. If you have a different body type or a different body shape, feel free to open up a conversation in the comments and talk about your experience with the brand and whether you feel like the pieces are flattering on you, whether you like them, whether you agree or whether you disagree, because I know that when it comes to activewear, it can be so specific to our body type and our body shape. So yeah, if you do feel completely differently, feel free to let people know in the comments. So I think to conclude, if we're doing an overall Rate It or Slate It column, in the Rate It's, we have all the brands bar Ryderwear. Ryderwear probably is the only brand that I'm gonna slate at this current moment in time. I feel like all of the other brands are performing great. They obviously have their pros and cons like I've gone into. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm so excited because next week the UK vlogs are coming, because as I end this video, I'm packing up my stuff and I'm jumping on my flight and I'm heading over to England for the first time in 6 months. So yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you next week.